Everyone keeps saying AI is going to change your business, but no one actually shows you how AI is then going to change your business. My name is James Lewis, CEO of Whitewater Investments, BizLeads, and a few other companies. And today I'm going to show you what we've done in finance brokerages, insurance companies to take them from 5 figures per month to 6 figures per month and 6 figures per month to 7 figures per month. We've used a numerous amount of strategies in AI, and today I'm going to cover 7 of the absolute best ones that we've used that you can implement into your financial services company from literally today. So let's jump right in. So strategy number 1 is using AI-powered new lead SMS. So basically the concept here is every new lead that comes in is obviously the hottest. You need to contact them with a personalized message within 1, 2, 3 minutes, etc. And basically how you do this is through CRM. You pass through lead details into an AI chat GPT prompt, and we do this through Go High Level. And basically most businesses drop the ball with obviously generic delayed messages. And what this does is it has a personalized message. So let's say you're a business finance company, for example, and you're like, I'm looking for $500,000 and I've been trading for 24 months and I do 250 grand a month, for example. It would say perfect, based on this, at $250,000 a month, you can qualify for up to 2 times that, which would mean you qualify for 500 grand loan amount in general. But let's jump on a call and make sure this is all right for your business. And you can literally customize that template with details, pass through client details into the AI, and then it will spit out the new lead SMS. And it can also do obviously lead inquiry details, your offer type and time of day. So it can incorporate all of that. Okay. And there are some examples there. Okay. It works like unbelievably. So this is one of the best ones I've ever seen. Okay. Now, number 2 is AI data reactivation. So let's say you have a database of 10,000 people. Okay, your old leads are worth way more than what you could possibly expect as well, by the way. So instead of just blasting, hey, you're still interested, you basically can give examples like this. So, hi Mark, you inquired about funding a few months ago, and a lot of these AI tools now you can integrate into CRMs, and they read previous contact details and contact conversations, especially in, again, a CRM like Go High Level, that basically allow you to bring all previous details into an SMS so it's actually personalized to them. And you don't have to do it like, you're not doing it as a generic one-off. It's a customized one that you put into a flow and automation, and then you send out mass messages. So it's like, hey, Richard, you reached out last year about life cover. Many clients review policies annually to make sure they're getting the best deal. Want me to check if we can save you money this year? And then it would say, for example, hi Rachel, you reached out last month. Many clients review their policies monthly to make sure you're still getting the best deal. This is the amount that you can do with AI right now on how you can have real practical application is very, very good at the moment. So, and it's only going to get better. So number 3, AI sales call checking. How this basically works, as you can see here, most finance businesses don't even use scripts. So their sales calls, go listen to your sales calls. I guarantee they're inconsistent. They're not using the same framework every time. That's basically how most of it goes. So you need to create a clear script or a system and process of what to follow. So when I pick up the phone, I say this. Then when I need to qualify them, I say this. Then when I'm transitioning to getting important details like bank statements or ID or mortgage rates or whatever, I say this. And then when I'm transitioning off the phone, I do this. That's what you do. That's what a clear SOP means, because you right now are the best system and process for your business. Whoever's watching this, let's say you're the CEO in the company. That means most likely, well, let's not say CEO because that usually infers big company. So let's say you're the founder and you're the main revenue driver. You have the SOP for success, which means it's replicatable if they identically did what you do, okay? So I'm not saying they're going to do it to 100%, but they will be able to do it to 80% for someone who's competent, but someone who knows what you're actually doing. So you need to write it down. Then when you have that, you basically record calls, make sure you're, first of all, also always recording calls, and you transcribe them we use TurboScribe, and basically use AI to check the transcripts against your script and your SOP and flag where it goes off track. And you can do this automatically. You upload a bulk amount and you check all of them and you give it to make it give you content. So this lets you review like 10 calls in minutes instead of hours. So you don't have to listen to them anymore, okay? Now, SDRs, this is an example of what they could be missing. Brokers aren't asking for the next steps before ending the call. So for example, you can't get a sale if they're not asking for a sale. Like, you can't close without doing that. And let's say they can't provide all applications on the call. So you use BAMFAM, book a meeting from a meeting. So if every person is not doing BAMFAM at the end of every call you ever review, you're losing money. I guarantee it. You need to always, no matter what, have a secondary point of contact that is a call in time into a calendar. Every call, no matter what. That's from new lead to application, application to approval, approval to settlement. Yes, every call. Even after settlement, you should be asking for referrals as well. So you need a second time to contact them. Now, number 4, AI-powered customer service bot. So the best application I've ever seen of this being used is by acquisition.com, Alex Hormozy. I recently bought their whatever course, which is essentially, it was what? I donated 200 books for 9,500 Australian, which is 6K USD, I think. And I had a fairly good conversation with an AI bot that responded in 1 minute. I'm pretty sure it could have been less actually, but like 30 seconds to a minute of 12 emails back and forth. And it was unbelievable. And then as soon as it realized it got to a point where it couldn't help, it said, perfect, I'm going to create a ticket with a real person. So then it did that. And then, yeah. So client emails obviously piled up with ChatGPT and Zapier. So you can do this with ChatGPT and Zapier. So Zapier, the automation software, or you can use like N8N. It basically takes that, it triggers when a new lead comes in, and it analyzes it via ChatGPT, and it auto drafts your response or auto sends your response. So how we roll it out is we auto draft, then we move it to auto send. Okay, and basically, email content, previous responses, it reads all of that. Okay, so it's like, when will my application be processed? It's like, hi John, thanks for following up. Your application is under review and we're expecting an update within 24 hours. I will keep you posted if anything changes. And you can change the tone at which this is said by prompting the AI as well. Okay, just remember that. Strategy number 5, AI lead ranking. So you obviously know there are better leads than others, which means you need to start ranking them when they come in. So AI lead ranking basically means you prioritize high value opportunities, because imagine it's been a Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and now you're getting to leads on Monday, and you've got a bunch of leads, but you don't know what's the best one to call, and you want to know. So now you need to rank them 1 through to 4. So not every lead is the same, and not every lead deserves the same level of service. Someone who makes 8K a month is very different to you than someone who makes 100K a month, because the loan amount's going to be different. That's the same amount of work. So loan amount, monthly revenue, industry relevance, and urgency and time frame. So rank 4. For example, if a lead is seeking $1 million with 250K monthly revenue, that's a number 4. Low priority. If they're seeking a 20K loan with a 5K revenue, that's low priority. Like, you need to then figure out what these are, and you say, like, if loan amount is above this, it's this. If it's above this, it's this. If it's above this, it's this. Or monthly revenue is above this, it's this, this, this. And you can easily make this matrix and plug it in. Same thing, new lead comes in, you grade it via ChatGPT in an automation, and then you push it to a new lead text, and then you have ranked new lead text and that, okay? So, strategy number 6, AI lead research and client summaries. Leading on from that, another thing you can add is a ChatGPT summary, which basically will go in. Let's say this can work for every industry, but it's obviously going to be slightly different. So let's take one that's a bit harder that you probably didn't think you can use this for. Mortgage broker. So instead of looking up business name online, which is fairly easy when you just integrate it in with obviously the internet, it's a mortgage. So you've got a house that you just caught the address of. So you need to go check the house, check the location. You can potentially do a check against like loan amount to make sure that's actually accurate. You can make sure that the address is legitimate and make sure it's a real address on Google Maps. You can then check that their loan amount and loan to value ratio. You can give a summary to yourself if you're not capturing it. So you can give so many stats based on this, okay? So like lead owns XYZ company, which is a construction business doing approximately 250K a month. And then you can also implement, which is the next stage. When this starts working well and you have really good summaries, you now start adding in, now recommend my approach to this lead. So it's construction. So for example, people that are good in construction and business finance, like Prosper, they like construction, for example. BizCap, relatively good for construction. And then if it's a mortgage, it's like perfect. Okay, this person's by far a tier 1 lender. Like they have a $2 million house, $1 million loan. They're looking to refi, pull out $500,000, and they said their credit score is over 700, and their income is $200,000 per year. Like, that's a tier 1 lender, straight up. So, yeah, AI lead research and client summaries. Okay, number 7, final one, is the AI ad creative generator. So obviously the concept in ads, speed of testing equals the speed of growth that you can do in your advertising and the biggest return on investment. Meta these days works by high volume creative testing. Okay, AI tools now let you mass create images, videos, headlines, and hooks in minutes now. Because instead of basically guessing, you can rapidly test like 20 variations very quickly. So the best tools we use is ChatGPT for headlines, hooks, ad copy. And how we do this in our biz launch program, for example, and what we have internally is basically we preload like the bot of me, which is AI James, with like it already is pre-done with 20 headlines, formulas, and proven examples. And then we basically just prompt it for variations. So you give it your offer. So let's say you're a self-managed property investment specialist taking people with super. You'd say, my offer is have over $200,000 in super, aged 30 to 60, and want to get into an investment property in, 30 days or less, and enter the property market and make $1,000 a week with your investment property. Want that? Cool. This is the best headline for it, or these are the 5 best headlines for it. And then, for example, AI video ads, Runaway Gen 2, Picker Labs, or Theo 3. Theo 3 is Google. If you want high quality images, you can use ChatGPT or you can use Midjourney or Leonardo AI. And then full ad variations plus performance insights, you use a software called like Ad Creative AI, for example. And basically, this allows you to test so many different variations and angles, because the formula for a lot of this is when you have a formula of creating ads, of how you actually go through the process, it's very easy to then differentiate one of them and then recreate everything. So we have I want to call it a 3-step process of how it's technically a 4-step process, but there's an overarching kind of like metric that we use of product market awareness. And basically that's the top one, and then everything under it like is how you do it. So like avatar, offer, angle that you want to attack, and that allows you to create the absolute best ads and find out which ads are then performing better to be able to reiterate and recreate. Because when you have top performing ads and you can use ChatGPT to analyze, you can then really easily use all these and recreate ads ongoing. So it's very good. It works very, very well. So that is the 7th and probably one of the most important ones, the AI creative generator. It allows you to mass create, mass test creative at scale. Thanks for watching. As always, if you got value, like, subscribe, but also comment if you have any questions. We post weekly, or I post weekly, to make sure that you have all the up-to-date content of what's currently working in the market right now, with the best industry insights across us working with over 800 clients now and spending over $30 million on ads. So I hope that was valuable, and I'll speak to you soon.